Let's talk about vaccines. Vaccinations help prevent the infection and the spread of different diseases. But before we can understand how vaccines work, we have to understand how the immune system works. When a virus or a pathogen enters our body, our immune system starts to work to eliminate the virus and to keep us healthy. Our bodies have different defense mechanisms to protect us from pathogens. There are physical barriers, our innate immune system, and our adaptive immune system. This chart represents the different aspects throughout the process of an infection. The orange line represents the viral load. This is the amount of living virus within the person's body. You can see that this is the highest at first, but it decreases after a few days. This is because the immune system is working hard to kill the pathogen. The pink line on the chart represents innate immunity. Innate immunity is a non-specific immune response to a foreign pathogen. This reaction starts as soon as the pathogen enters the body and proceeds to destroy all foreign invaders. It causes non-specific symptoms of illness, such as a fever. You can see that the innate immune response starts acting immediately, with its peak response between days 0 to 7 after the pathogen exposure. The blue line on the graph represents adaptive immunity. The adaptive immune response is activated when the innate immune response is unable to kill the foreign invader on its own. As you can see on the graph, it is not an immediate response. It occurs after 7 days, however, its effects are long-lasting. Let's talk about the differences between the innate immune response and the adaptive immune response. The innate immune response occurs between days 1 to 7 after the pathogen enters the body, whereas the adaptive immune response occurs between days 7 to 14. The innate immune response is nonspecific. The adaptive immune response specifically targets the virus. The innate immune response has no memory. The adaptive immune response does. The innate immune response is short-term, whereas the adaptive immune response produces antibodies to give us long-lasting immunity. Different cells in our immune system play different roles to protect us. Phagocytes are killer cells that digest cells as a part of the innate and adaptive immune system. Lymphocytes are white blood cells that can be classified as T cells or B cells. There are two types of T cells, regulatory T cells and cytotoxic T cells. Regulatory T cells activate B cells and cytotoxic T cells, whereas cytotoxic T cells work to kill cells that have been infected with the pathogen. B cells bump into the pathogen that they recognize, then they generate antibodies that can fight the pathogen and create memory cells. The cell-mediated immune response is controlled by T cells. B cells control the humoral immune response by producing antibodies. Antibodies are little proteins that flag the invader so that phagocytes are alerted and go and kill them.